Hey, good morning, good morning. What's up, Goose? What's up, Kimberly? How's everybody doing? It's another day, and we got stuff moving. So, grab a monster. It's the morning. Let's get into it. Morning monster. Let's see what's moving. And pop over here. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss, and I'm going to show you a loss right here. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation here, intended to be informational, educational, and fun, is not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. You desire that personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. And yeah, so popping over and looking at the S&P, we're stuck between the green box and the support line. Can we get out of here? I don't know. That is the question of the day. So popping back over here, yesterday I had this count going. I said we could dip down into the red zone. I'd like to see it hold support. If we got below it, caution. You know, if we got to the red zone, we could go lower. Well, this is what it looks like this morning. We came down, messed around in the red zone all freaking day, it seemed like. Popped out overnight and getting this little move up here. Still on the bullish count, hopefully. But this could lead to a bigger drop. So be very careful and cautious. We break below that blue line there, sitting around 4120 on the ES. That's gonna be 4100 on S&P 500. We could see a bigger drop. So, and that corresponds to the blue line right here. Funny enough. So, watch out for a break below that. Could return down in this area or even test the purple line. But if we can hold there, we're on the path higher. All right. Hey, Fernando. Good morning. Where did that? I was going to pop up the other chart. Let's see. Pop it back up. There we go. Right here. So we could pull back, but we could extend higher. All right. I am expecting this a pullback to happen in here somewhere. We probably need a little 4 or 5, then a 2. Yeah, let's probably get a little extension and then a pullback. So we'll probably pull back somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 618%. Off of whatever high we actually end up making up here. Just be careful, and that'll be the distance from here to whatever high that makes, and 50 to 61.8% of that will be the pullback. That's typical. That would be the most typical pullback. Could go a little deeper, could go shallower, and we just go full bull, launch higher. All right. That is what I had to say about that. Oh, one more thing. This is funny to me. Alphabet putting out their little ad about their new chatbot Bard, and right in the ad it told a mistruth or false narrative, whatever you want to say, about the new James Webb Telescope finding the first exoplanet, and then the internet, of course, is the ultimate source of truth. If you want to know the truth on anything, just put what you think on the internet, and somebody's going to tell you the truth. Well, Google found out that the James Webb Telescope was not the first one to find an exoplanet. That was done 17 years ago by the European Space Agency. So they got caught and smacked, and it makes the mover list here. So we'll get to that here in just a minute. S5FI, yeah, just kind of churning in place. Exactly what I thought it would do. Just kind of hang out in this area as we chug higher. Like I said, ES trying to break out of this little triangle thing it's got going on, maintaining the uptrend of the lows that we started back in January. If we can break out, we can keep going. 4,300 is the danger zone right there. That's where we topped in August. We get above that, and it's pretty clear skies on up. We can maintain a rally right up into this zone, right around 5,000. We get a pullback, and then probably the final big move can take us up into the 6,000 area, way on up here. So be prepared for the bullishness. A lot of people not expecting this to go bullish this year. Only 30% or so of us people out here trading are expecting any kind of bullishness this year. So maybe the cheese stands alone, but I'm thinking we can break out and go higher. NQ still consolidating below the red zone. I'm kind of thinking that we may just see it go right up like that. Just one big move. Take us right on up through there. It would be crazy, yes, but look at these. Well, we've got some big candles over here. In 2 days, it could take us right up through there. Be ready for it. Don't get overly bearish. Russell also getting a nice pullback. Looks like an echo right here. Look, right there, that pullback. If we copy that right up there, could go just a touch deeper, but oh, it's almost that deep already. So we can do the next extension. This one went like this, so the next extension can take us right up out of the topping zone from August. I mean, look at that. Amazing, right? Anyway, DXY turned down right at the line, getting a nice big pullback today. Look at that. Now, how would you play that in the regular stock market? Well, there's UUP, and you can see pre-market already pulling back a little bit. Now, this one doesn't move very big, so you may want to consider something like FXY, which is the yen. This one's going to rally, or FXB. This one's going to rally potentially, or FX, I think it's E, yeah, the euro. And this one probably also going to rally as the dollar drops. So those are some ways to play it. I tried to get into a long-term synthetic spread on these yesterday, and it didn't happen. So now we're dropping today on the dollar. So I played AFRM. I basically did a call spread. It was a bull call debit spread. Cost me 69 cents. So $69. I was betting on it to go back up to the roadmap line on earnings, and it dropped. So probably going to lose my full bet on that one. Yeah, don't usually gamble in the stock market, but I thought that was worth a shot. Just to, I thought it was going to be a hot shot play. Oh, look, I made a bunch of money, but nope, I lost it. Yeah, my max profit was going to be $2 for that 69-cent risk, and looks like I'm going to get a big goose egg, lose my money. That's the way it goes. I did one contract, so no big thing. SEDG, this one was interesting. I got an email late yesterday from investors. That's IBD, Investors Business Daily, investors.com, and they touted a cup and handle. There's your cup, there's your handle. That happens to be part of a head and shoulders pattern. We break out of this one. SEDG can go higher. How much higher? Well, looks like be something like, depends on where it breaks out exactly, but somewhere way on up there around 490. Be pretty crazy. Another one they had was CDNS, which is already broken out of the, another cup and handle, which is this one just also happens to be part of a head and shoulders. Kind of stopped already. So if we can break up through that, back up through 194, can get moving. And those weren't movers today, but I thought they were interesting patterns. I threw them on the list for today. So ICU looks like getting a little pop pre-market. And we got 7 minutes left before the open, so looks like it ramped up, coming back down. This one may come all the way back down. Be careful on that one. DKNG looks like a bit of volatility. Not sure. I'm sure it's some sort of news or something. Yeah. Nothing today. I don't know. I don't know why it's making what they're talking about. I picked it up off of Stock Twits, so looks like it's just sideways action. People talking about it, but not really making it happen here. Disney looks like beating on the top and the bottom with a surprise. Somebody asked me yesterday what top and bottom meant. Typically, when you see earnings numbers, you have the earnings per share on the top number, and you have revenue that the company made for the quarter on the bottom number. And if you drew a line right through here, top number, bottom number, it's right on the screen that way. It's just a common way to refer to it in the financial realm. So if you're unfamiliar about that, that's what I mean when I say that beats on the top and beats on the bottom. If it comes up short on the top, I'll say, oh, missed on the top, that beat on the bottom, or beat on the top, not on the bottom, or missed on the top and the bottom. I mean, that's kind of the four ways it can happen. So looks like Disney surprising, but I don't know. Can they get the continuation? It's going to take a breakout higher. Up above 120 is your first indication, but there's going to be resistance right up there, obviously, because it got slammed down really quickly right around that 122 area. So watch out for that. That's going to be a resistance on Disney, at least in the short term. Got to get above that to get some continuation higher. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, right up there. That high from back there in August. Got to get above it. It could do it, but right there's the little line I drew, 122. It's right below that prior high. And then it's got pretty good sailing on up another 20% or so before the next resistance zone up here. So interesting. Another one getting talked about, Google, mainly on the back of that faux pas on their chat bot. Can they fix it? I don't know. I mean, they closed up here, did that chatbot thing, and then closed down here. That was $100 billion loss, but look at that. I drew the freaking arrow for the pullback. Went a little deeper than my arrow, but if we can turn back up here. I didn't know they were going to do a chatbot fail. I mean, they can get a run right up to this prior high right up here, right in that zone, if they can break back above the roadmap line. So it's actually kind of a bullish pattern. That pullback was needed. It was necessary for continuation higher. Funny how that works sometimes. Hood also getting talked about. Looks like, yeah, there you go. Disappointed on the top and the bottom for Hood, but getting a little pop. So the outlook must have been better. More people trading. I've seen a lot of new traders coming in. Options trading, like a lot of trading topics are trending on Google. So we could see Robinhood turn the tides here. But really, they're just stuck in a big watermelon seed squeeze at this point. Until they can break out of this funk right here, I don't expect it to go anywhere except on toward this corner. ABBV, Goose, I know you were talking about that one. Getting a little pop. If we can get back above the roadmap line, it's going to be above 150-ish. That's where I expect to see some continuation, but that's really kind of a flat pattern. I mean, it really kind of flattened out here. We've been stuck in this consolidation. And if you asked me prior to today, that looks like we're going to actually get a lower low. That could be a setup to go higher, and I do have a target up here, but that looks a little bit corrective. We'll see what happens. Win. Oh, nice pop on win. Got the market opening in 2 minutes. Zoom this one up so we can see the candles. Big old pop. What's funny, disappointing, losing a ton of money. Holy fudge muffins. Lost a ton of money and beat on revenue. Must have said something great because they're popping. That's almost a 10% pop. Craziness. Upstart looks like they just continued down. Whatever sour mood they put the market in, it's been continuing even in the overnight. So that one continuing to drop. Ravencoin firing off a bunch of alerts on me last night when it somewhere around 4 a.m. it was popping alerts. Yeah, be right there, 4 a.m. If we can break out of that, it can get a run It's got a long way to go, though, but it's back above the daily roadmap line and back above this consolidation it's had. So watch for that one to get some continuation higher. Yeah. Yeah. Their algos aren't panning out in the credit market. Yeah, it happens. So TGT was also coming up on my scanner. It looks like the market just opened and they beat on the top and bottom, got slammed, and maybe come back. I don't know. That's a lower low, looks like. Maybe that's what they needed. Yeah. So watch for that one to rally right back up here. GMed getting slammed right down like that. Dropping overnight. Looks like it got lower to go to me. CSII was also another popper coming into the open. That one can get continuation higher. And then my IWM trade, let's go check that out real quick. Close down here, open up here. There is a chance that we see it go right down there. And that one almost worked out yesterday. Didn't, it just missed filling the gap. Is this one going to drop today? I don't know. We'll see. Reversal has to set up. This looks like a pattern that might go higher. So watch out for the market continuing higher because that fits with the S&P retesting, trying to get back into this green zone, making a higher high potentially. We got the highs and these highs. That's a lower high, lower high. Do we get a lower high or do we break the pattern and go higher? We'll find out. Looks like we're going to find out soon, maybe. So, all right. That's the outlook for the day. No real direction right now is clear. So more of this. Sideways is kind of what I expect today. All right. Have a great one, everybody. Hope you find something good. I'll be back with you tomorrow for another Morning Monster. And